Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Toy Addict 26 here, and today I'm giving you guys an advanced look at the 25th anniversary Jungle Disguise Dutch action figure by NECA Toys. The latest release in the Predator 25th anniversary series, Jungle Disguise Dutch, or as I like to call him, Mud Dutch, is one of the most amazing and most intricately detailed Arnold Schwarzenegger action figures released by NECA to date. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this amazing action figure in hand. This thing is just so freaking badass. I mean, the level of detail put into the sculpt on this figure is just so impressive. Here we have Dutch holding his makeshift torch, and he's wearing all his gear. The details on this figure are just incredible. The the figure looks like it just popped out of the movie. I mean, look at the face. You've got the face is covered in mud. He's got a little bit of blood there running down the side of his mouth. You've got the sculpted leaves that are stuck to the mud on the all around his body here. Pretty much all of his body is covered in mud. That's why you have different varying degrees of tones of brown. And I love the fact that they use a semi-translucent kind of paint, so the forearms are a little more visible, and it gets thicker up at the top of the torso and the chest and the traps and the shoulders. And you see how the mud is starting to like crust around the shoulders there, around the traps, on the face. You got all sorts of different types of leaves in different sizes that are stuck all around. The abdominals are all covered in mud and crust, so you don't really see the muscles, but that's fine. Here you still maintain, the physicality and the muscular structure of Arnold Schwarzenegger's body as it was back in the 80s in this film. Here, this is amazing. This looks so incredible. You have all sorts of different types of varying plant life, different sizes of leaves, and there's different colors. So you can see some of them are like red leaves, some of them are covered in mud. The crust here on the shoulders. I mean, just the level of sculpted detail on this figure is so freaking fantastic. I know that NECA always does amazing research. I mean, they really dig deep into the research. Here, you even have the makeshift pouch that Arnold makes with some oversized leaves there to hold the gunpowder, and it has a little twine that you could put around over his shoulder there so he can carry it. Um, the articulation is amazing. The fact that this time he doesn't have a vest or a jacket allows you to do the ab crunch and also arch his back, because you have a hinged joint there at the mid torso. He can also twist left and right at the mid torso, and he has a wide range of movement on the legs, which is really important because you want to put this figure in some really dynamic poses. Uh, you can see he has the hinge and the swivel at the knees, and then he has the ball socket and the hinge here at the ankles. Again, this is one thing I pointed out in previous Dutch review. It's amazing how they did the boot cut into two parts, so you can, pretty much it doesn't look strange, when you have it in different angles. The foot, it just looks really good. Um, of course, he has ball socket and swivel joint here at the wrist. He has a swivel and a hinge at the forearm, and he also has a swivel and a ball socket at the shoulders. So really wide range of movement on the body overall, which is great because you want to put this figure in some really dynamic poses. You're going to see in some photographs and videos that I shot of this figure. You can really pull off some amazing poses with this figure. The head is on a full ball socket, so you can do full 360. Again, like I mentioned, the torso here twists slightly left and right at the mid torso, and the crotch area is done in soft rubber, so it does not hinder the range of motion on the upper thighs. Overall, this thing just looks fantastic. I'm so excited to have this in hand. I've been waiting for this Dutch since I saw him at Comic Con last year, and this is amazing. All right, now let's take a look at all the awesome accessories that come packed in with this figure. We're going to start things off with this torch that the Dutch figure includes. This thing is awesome. It's very movie accurate. It's basically something that's been handmade by a survivalist, which is Dutch in the film. The flames of the tip of the torch are made of a translucent plastic, and it's airbrushed in different hues of orange, and it looks very realistic. Depending on the lighting source behind it, it looks like it actually glows. The figure also includes this kind of like throwing javelin with an explosive tip. This is another one of the homemade weapons that Dutch has to end up building or making in the jungle in order to survive his battle with this mysterious predator in the jungle. The stick is made to resemble a real piece of wood. It's very jagged at some edges. The way it's painted unevenly with different hues of brown and light and darker colors. And then you also have this handmade spear, which is really awesome because you could see how Dutch has basically used his hunting knife and attached it to the tip of this long wooden stick, along with some rope that he used to tie the tip around it. Again, very detailed weapon, an awesome packed in accessory. And I left the very best accessory for last, which is the bow and all these arrows. The figure comes with 3 arrows and 1 explosive arrow. And of course he has this homemade bow. Well, not homemade, more like jungle made, but this thing is so freaking detailed. I mean, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I'm sure that this is very movie accurate. You could see how the bow has been put together with all sorts of different wooden parts and twine and cloth. He even has a makeshift quiver attached to the edge of the bow where you could basically insert the arrows right through this slot here. And once you put them all through there, it causes enough pressure that all the arrows will stay in place and they will not slide out. So I think that was an awesome feature, the fact that you have that, because you can have Dutch carrying around the bow with a makeshift quiver and all his arrows, and they don't fall out. So I think that's an awesome packed in accessory and very movie accurate bonus that comes with the figure. Here you could see, you could basically put the bow over Dutch's shoulder there, and you have the bow, and you have that makeshift quiver with the arrows. Predator fans and collectors alike have been waiting 25 long years to finally get the chance to own action figures of Arnold's iconic Dutch character from the Predator film, and NECA Toys is giving us multiple options to choose from, with not one, but a total of 4 different versions. We've already seen the Jungle Extraction and Jungle Patrol Dutch figures, followed up by the next assortment, which will include this amazing Jungle Disguise Dutch and the long-awaited shirtless Jungle Encounter Dutch. I gotta say that when it comes to pop culture collectibles, NECA Toys are masters of their trade, and this jaw-dropping Mud Dutch stands as a true testament of the research, dedication, and love that these guys put into their figures. The jaw-dropping sculpted details and amazing paint apps on this figure make it seem as if it just leaped out of your TV and right onto your toy shelf. For a retail price of just under $20, this upcoming Jungle Dutch figure offers all of the bang for your buck you could possibly want, and is an absolute must-have for Predator fans. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.